Good people, we are back again with a new video, and today we will be sharing with you a very interesting moral story that will teach you how to forget the past and move on. Let's begin. Once upon a time in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful and kind-hearted princess named Annika. She was known for her radiant smile and her ability to make everyone around her feel special. But behind her cheerful demeanor, Princess Annika carried a heavy burden. She had a troubled past that continued to haunt her, preventing her from finding happiness. She couldn't understand why bad things happened to good people like her, and she felt like she didn't deserve the suffering that had been dealt to her. Her heart was filled with resentment and bitterness. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Princess Diana's sadness began to consume her. She lost interest in her hobbies, neglected her duties, and isolated herself from everyone who cared about her. The once vibrant and energetic princess became a shadow of her former self. Her parents, King Barmal and Queen Isha, were deeply worried about their daughter's well-being. They had tried everything they could think of to lift her spirits, but nothing seemed to work. The king and queen were at their wits' end, not knowing how to help their beloved daughter. One day, the king and queen decided to seek help from a wise old hermit who lived deep in the forest. The hermit was known for his ability to guide people and help them find inner peace. Therefore, upon hearing the princess's story, the hermit understood that she was stuck in a cycle of negativity and self-pity. He knew that in order to help her, he would have to take her on a journey that would challenge her perspective and teach her the importance of letting go of the past. The hermit led the princess to a nearby lake and asked her to look at her reflection. "What do you see?" he asked her gently. Princess Anna looked at her own face and replied, "I see a sad and unhappy person." "What caused this sadness?" The hermit inquired further. "Time passed," she said, her voice trembling. "My past is filled with pain and suffering, and it seems like there is no way out of it." The hermit then shared a profound truth with the princess. He said, "Your past is like a heavy backpack that you are carrying on your shoulders. As you continue to hold on to it, the backpack becomes heavier and harder to carry. But if you learn to let go and release the burden of your past, you will feel lighter and freer." Princess Annika thought about these words and realized that the hermit was right. She had been holding on to her negative emotions for so long that they had become a heavy burden, preventing her from moving forward in life. The wise hermit then suggested that Princess Annika should embark on a journey to find the mythical wishful flower, a flower said to have the power to erase all sadness and bring happiness to those who possess it. The princess, desperate for a way to escape her sadness, decided to take the hermit's advice and set off on the quest. Her journey took her through dense forests, across sparkling rivers, and over tall mountains. Throughout her travels, the princess encountered various challenges that tested her strength and determination. But with each obstacle she overcame, she felt a sense of empowerment and self-belief growing within her. Along the way, Princess Amika met a wise old owl who offered her guidance and support. The owl told the princess that the path to true happiness lay not in forgetting the past, but in learning from it and embracing the present moment. The owl also taught the princess the importance of gratitude, compassion, and forgiveness in overcoming sadness. Finally, after many days of searching, Princess Amika found the mythical wishful flower blooming in a secret garden. The flower was more beautiful than she had imagined, and its petals seemed to glow with a soft, ethereal light. As she reached out to touch the flower, her sadness began to fade away, replaced by a sense of hope and renewal. However, just as Princess Amika was about to pick the flower, a beautiful woman appeared before her. The woman explained that she was the guardian of the wishful flower, and that the flower's power could only be used once. She asked the princess to think carefully about whether she really wanted to erase her past and forget all the pain she had endured. Princess Amika was torn. On one hand, she longed to be happy and free from the burden of her past. But on the other hand, she knew that her experiences had shaped her into the person she was and had taught her valuable lessons about life, strength, and resilience. After much contemplation, the princess made a surprising decision. Instead of using the wishful flower to erase her past, she chose to keep it. She realized that her past, while painful, had made her who she was, and that forgetting it would also mean forgetting the strength and wisdom she had gained along the way. As Princess Amika looked at the wishful flower, she knew that she didn't need to forget her past to be happy. She had learned that true happiness came from accepting and embracing all parts of her life, both the good and the bad. With a newfound sense of purpose, Princess Amika returned home. She was no longer the same sad and broken girl who had set out on her journey. She was now a stronger, wiser, and more compassionate young woman. Upon seeing their daughter's transformation, King Barmal and Queen Aisha were overjoyed. They had not only regained their daughter, but they had also gained a deeper understanding of their family's strength and resilience. Princess Amika's story spread throughout the kingdom, inspiring others to confront their own sadness and find the courage to move forward in their lives. From that day on, Princess Amika became known not only for her beauty and kindness, but also for her strength and wisdom. She ruled alongside her parents, making wise and compassionate decisions that benefited all of her subjects. And although she never forgot the pain and suffering of her past, she knew that those experiences had made her a better ruler and a better person. The mythical wishful flower continued to bloom in the royal gardens, a reminder to all who saw it of the importance of embracing one's past and finding strength in adversity. As we have come to the end of this enchanting tale, let us reflect on the valuable lessons it has shared with us. Princess Amika's story teaches us the significance of confronting our past, not by trying to erase it, but by learning from it and growing stronger because of it. The weight of our past actions and decisions can often feel like a heavy burden, leading to feelings of guilt, shame, and regret. However, it is important to remember that our past does not define us. It merely shapes us. By dwelling on our past mistakes, we only cause ourselves unnecessary anguish and prevent ourselves from moving forward in life. Moreover, our past experiences, including our failures and setbacks, have the power to shape us into the individuals we are today. They teach us valuable lessons and make us more resilient in the face of future challenges. By embracing our past, we can acknowledge the valuable experiences and growth opportunities it has provided us. It is natural to feel pain and suffering at times. These emotions are part of the human experience and should not be ignored or suppressed. Rather, we should allow ourselves to feel these emotions, process them, and learn from them. By doing so, we can develop empathy, compassion, and understanding towards ourselves and others. In Princess Amika's case, her decision to keep the wishful flower instead of using it to forget her past symbolizes her acceptance of her life experiences. She realizes that her past, with all its pain and suffering, has made her who she is, and that attempting to erase it would mean denying an integral part of her identity. True happiness, the story suggests, comes not from forgetting our past, but from learning to live in the present moment and making the most of the opportunities that await us. By focusing on the present and setting new goals and aspirations, we can create a fulfilling and meaningful future for ourselves. So as we conclude this tale, let us remember that our past, while influential, does not have the power to define our present or future. By embracing our past experiences, learning from them, and focusing on the present moment, we can pave the way for a brighter and more fulfilling future. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and until next time, may you find strength and inspiration in the story of Princess Amika.